What's good, everyone? It's Zach, and welcome back to Grailbound Gaming for video pickups number 8. That's right, can you believe it? We're already at the 8th installment of video game pickups for this channel. And look, there's been a lot of conversations lately around the price of video games, specifically when it comes to the retro side. Right now, we're just seeing like crazy, absurd prices for retro video games, whether that's hundreds of dollars leading up to even thousands of dollars. And that's causing conversations about who's responsible for this. Is it the reseller? Is it the collector? And you know, the gamers out there, you guys are pretty much just like caught in the middle. You're like, look, I don't care about having a big collection. I don't care about who's selling it. I just want to be able to play the games that I want to play, right? So everyone is voicing their opinion on this matter to the point where you have people that are openly admitting that they are just either done with the hobby altogether. They're just getting rid and selling, their video game collection, or they're choosing to only buy modern video games, right? And just say, hey, I'm not going to buy any more retro games anymore, but if I do want to play them, then I can just pursue, emulation or modding if I really want to play them. So yeah, so many different opinions and things like that. But for the people that either decide to, leave the hobby as a whole, or just choose to stay and only play, not play, but buy modern games, at the end of the day, it is their decision. They are making the decision that is best for them. And regardless of my opinion, regardless of your opinion, man, we just got to respect it. It is what it is, right? So with all that being said, in this video, I'm going to share all of my most recent pickups that are all modern. That's right, all modern, no retro whatsoever. If you do want to see retro video games, you got to go check out my last pickups video. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, everyone, so let's go ahead and get into these pickups. So the first few items are actually birthday gifts, because my birthday was actually back in March. And, of course, here we are a few months later. So starting off with the very first gift, it's Uno, Legend of Zelda themed. This is really cool, right? Everyone loves Uno, or pretty much most people do. It's one of those games where you can just, easily learn and play with family and friends. It's a fun time. So yeah, happy to have this. And the fact that it's Zelda themed just makes it even better. And then next, I have this mini question block light from the Super Mario Brothers games, which is really cool. So it does light up, and it actually does make the sounds whenever you press the top of it. So that's another little gift right there that I received. And then here we go with this one. We have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is the Link amiibo. Look at that, right? Very detailed, really nice, right? So these are really, really cool. And yeah, I ended up getting all 3 of these from my homeboy Mike. So I definitely want to shout you out, bro. Definitely appreciate you for, giving me these gifts for my birthday. And yeah, it's just something else to add to the collection. So those are the first few set of items. And then, moving forward, let's talk about the Switch, right? So I want to first start off with this right here. This is the Hyrule edition for the Nintendo Switch Lite. Shout out to my wife, who ended up getting me this for my birthday, and she knows how big of a Legend of Zelda fan I am. So the fact that I get to own this is just amazing, right? So this is actually my first Nintendo Switch Lite. I have a regular model, and then I have an OLED that's based off of the Tears of the Kingdom Legend of Zelda video game. But to own this one is just really, really cool. So brand new. Looking forward to definitely playing more Legend of Zelda games on this one. And look, what's even cooler is that if you can kind of read right here in the corner, it comes with a 12-month individual membership. So I can actually download all of the Legend of Zelda games from the eShop and literally play them and have access to them for 12 months. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing that for sure. All right, and let's continue with some more Switch items, right? We're gonna first start off with, let's start off with this behemoth right here. This is the Metroid Dread Special Edition, or the limited edition. No, it's a special edition, right? So yeah, man, look at this. I've been wanting Metroid Dread for a while now, and actually they had this in one of my local retro video game stores. Yes, it is completely sealed, completely brand new, and You know, if you're ever wondering what this game comes with, I'm sure that there's plenty of unboxings on YouTube that you can watch. But yeah, it comes with the game, a steelbook, an art book, and art cards. So it's definitely stacked for sure. I'm happy to have this in the collection now because now I actually get to go through and play Metroid Dread. Okay, next up are the Switch games, right? Aside from Metroid Dread. So let's start off with Balatro. As you all know, this was one of the contenders for Game of the Year. You know, I'm definitely looking forward to playing this one. I'm not necessarily a poker person, so to speak, but the fact that this has a really cool twist on it with the Jokers, and the fact that Sony people have raved about it, and there's been so many great reviews, I had to pick it up. So yeah, Balatro to start things off. And then the next game is Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. And yeah, man, this just includes a lot of Street Fighter games, from the first one all the way to Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So yeah, all in one collection right here on the Switch. Okay, so the next game is the Lara Croft Collection. And I remember, you know, back during the 7th gen, so for those of you that are not familiar with that, that's during the era of the 360 and the PS3, there were a couple of Tomb Raider games that came out digitally and only were available digitally. And it's cool to see that, you know, it's now been brought over to the Switch in a physical form thanks to Limited Run. And which games are those? It's Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light, and Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris, right? So you get both of those games in one package. It is on the cartridge. There's no game key or download code in order to play both games. They're both on the cartridge. So yeah, happy to have this in the collection as well. Next up, man, I've been looking for this one, or wanting to get this one for a while now, and decided to jump the gun. That's Grandia HD Collection. So it includes the first 2 Grandia games, which is amazing. So yeah, definitely excited to dive into these for sure. All right, so you saw that, you know, my wife ended up gifting me the Switch Lite, the Hyrule Edition. So I had to pick up The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And yeah, this was another gift that she got me to go along with the Switch Lite. So shout out to her again. And yeah, the fact that you get to play as Princess Zelda and use echoes to, you know, maneuver around the levels, and, you know, the goal is to save Link. I think this is going to be a really cool, neat game where you're playing as Princess Zelda. So I'm looking forward to diving into this one as well. All right, next up we have Shin Megami Tensei 5, right? Vengeance. So yeah, the 5th Shin Megami Tensei game. I actually made a short about this one where, you know, they were selling it cheaper at Best Buy in comparison to GameStop. So this is that same you know, copy that I had whenever I made that shorts video. So yeah, you know, happy to dive into this one as well. And it's a steelbook, which is even a plus. Okay, next up we have Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. And yeah, I was able to even get like a little download code, you know, for some extra like weapons and like gear as well too. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicle X is really cool to see this being ported over to the Nintendo Switch. And yeah, as of now, I officially own all of the Xenoblade Chronicles games on the Switch, which is really cool. So happy to dive into this one as well. Okay, everyone, so the next game is Castlevania Dominus Collection from Limited Run. I'm so happy I was able to pre-order and get a copy of this for the Nintendo Switch. So it comes with all of the Castlevania DS games, and it even includes never before previously released Castlevania game called Haunted Castle Revisited. Never played that at all, never heard about it, so I'm looking forward to definitely diving in to all these Castlevania games on the Switch. And then the next one is Suikoden or Suikoden, however you pronounce that, 1 and 2. This is the collection that has the first 2 games from the PS1 version. So yeah, I'm able to play this on the go. Happy about that. Really cool. And then this last, well, actually second to last Switch game, there's definitely a little bit of controversy behind this one for sure. And that is Lunar Remastered Collection. You guys know that I made a few shorts about this. But yeah, to own the first and the second one on the Switch and have it on the go is awesome. And man, I'm still hoping I'm still hoping that it'll be restocked for those of you out there who want to own a physical copy. I really do feel for you all. So yeah, looking forward to diving in and seeing the differences between the remastered version versus the original, because you can actually switch back and forth when it comes to that in the game. And then the last Switch game actually arrived yesterday, and I've been waiting patiently to get this game because I have like a limited edition for it. So we're talking about East Memoir, The Oath in Felghana. Look at that, right? And this is actually a remaster of the PSP game, The Oath in Felghana, right? Like, it's just a remaster, which is awesome. So they took a game that was pretty much portable on the PSP and decided to remaster it and put it on the Nintendo Switch, so which is really cool. And yeah, I mean, it includes, you know, an acrylic diorama, a little keychain set, of course your CD right here. You have a 4 postcard set that's shown right there, and then yeah, there's even like a microfiber cloth as well. So you get all that included in one package, which is really, really cool. Awesome. So yeah, those are all of the Nintendo Switch games. Okay everyone, so let's go ahead and dive into some PlayStation 4 games. I got a really big stack right here, so let's get started. So first game is Monster Hunter Iceborne Master Edition. So yeah, this is, you know, Monster Hunter World, and it has the Iceborne expansion pack here, right? All on one disc, which is really, really cool, right? So definitely happy to have this in the collection. I think there's even like a steelbook version of this game, but I don't know how easy it is to find that nowadays versus when it originally came out, but at least I own it for the collection. All right, next up is the Talos Principle. The Talos Principle. I actually have the second game on the PS5, but I definitely needed the first game, and this is the deluxe edition, right? So it comes with like all the DLC. It's like the full complete package, all on one disc. So happy to finally have this. And yeah, I would say if you're into like puzzles, like environmental puzzles, it's pretty much like that type of game where you're solving puzzles in these open, expansive environments. And there's a lot of like philosophy and like deep thinking and understanding, you know, your place in the world that you are currently in. So yeah, really cool, really cool. All right, next up is the Mega Man show. Yes, I said it. So starting off with Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. I do have the first Legacy Collection on PS4, so I had to get the sequel to it, so to speak. And what does this come with? This comes with Mega Man 7 through 10, right? So Mega Man 7 through 10 all on one disc with additional features, etc. Happy to have this in the collection for sure. Okay, so the next game is Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2. And yeah, this actually comes on 2 discs, which is really awesome right here. And there's even a little advertisement for Mega Man 11. But yeah, what does this come with? It comes with all the Mega Man X games from Mega Man X1 through Mega Man X8. That's what you're getting with this game. So pretty cool. All right, then there's Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection. That comes with the Mega Man Zero games and ZX games, which is really cool. Once again, all on one disc, which is insane, man. And then the last Mega Man game here is Mega Man 11, right here, also on one disc as well. So yeah, I mean, if you're into the Mega Man games and you want to maybe own all of them or have a way to play all of them, I think the best way to do this is just to get the collections, right? Whether you get it for the PS4 or for the Xbox One, that is the best way to own and I would say play the Mega Man games, all of them, right? So then the next game here, this is a really unique one that I had on my list for a while to buy, finally was able to pick it up, and that is Metal Wolf Chaos XD, which is really, really cool. So I want to give a shout out to DGC, That Game Collector. I was watching a stream of his some months ago, like a few months ago or so, and he was actually streaming this game live, and it reminded me like, man, I need to go ahead and pick this game up. It's been on my list for quite a while. This game is just over the top hilarious because essentially you play as the president and the United States has been overtaken by the vice president. And you have to, in a sense, go and like save America as the president, but you operate this like mech suit, you know, which is really cool. And you know, here we go right here. It has like the seal of the president of the United States. So a very wacky, interesting game. This game was originally on the OG Xbox, but only in Japan, right? It was an Xbox exclusive, only in Japan. And then eventually, years later, it got ported over to the PS4. So yeah, if you're looking for like a wacky game that has a lot of action, very over the top, eccentric storyline, Metal Wolf Chaos XD, definitely check it out. All right, next up, Resident Evil 4. Yes, this is the remake. Everybody knows about it, so I'm not gonna go into detail. But yeah, I own this one for the PS4, which is awesome. Then we got some heavy hitters here, right? Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2, right? So yeah, being able to get both games, right? Both games, you know, I've never played the Red Dead Redemption games, so to be able to own them for the PS4, it's gonna be a lot of fun diving into both of these. I've only heard nothing but great things about both games, and the fact that even the first game has like a zombie mode called Undead Nightmare, that's gonna be even more amazing to play. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. Okay, so the next game here is Disaster Report 4 Summer Memories. I remember when this game came out originally with NIS America, and I actually missed out on the pre-order, so I wasn't able to get a copy of it. And then, you know, shortly after, the prices went up like crazy, and then they came back down because there was a reprint. And I believe this is like a reprint, but oddly enough, it looks pretty much similar to the original print. And yeah, what is Disaster Report? So imagine that you play as a character and there's these like crazy environmental hazardous events that are happening in the city or the environment that you're in, and you have to, in a sense, you know, survive those events, right? So there's like an earthquake and you're in a city and buildings are falling down, debris and rubble everywhere. You have to survive as your character, and of course report it all. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Disaster Report 4 for sure. All right, next game, or next couple of games, is actually a prequel and a sequel. So starting off with Trails of Cold Steel and Trails of Cold Steel 2. Look at that, y'all. So I cannot tell you how long these games have been on my list to get. I've been wanting to own these games for the PS4 for the longest. At one point, I even contemplated downloading them both from the PSN store, but I told myself, look, just wait, just be patient, and see if the prices go down. The prices never went down for the original prints. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because these are actually reprints, right? So shout out to Video Games Plus, VGP, for coming in the clutch and providing, you know, us collectors, us, you know, JRPG fans with a reprint of the Trails of Cold Steel games, because the original prints just got up high. They were like, you know, over $100. It just got really insane. So to be able to have this in the collection now for the first and second game is amazing. So if you are looking for the Trails of Cold Steel games and wanting to get them at a more affordable price, definitely check out Video Games Plus website. Okay, so this next game is another gift that I got from my wife, and this is the Final Fantasy 1 through 6 collection. This is the PS4 version, which is awesome, right? Really, really cool. So you get all of those games on one disc, which is really cool. So yeah, happy to have that in the collection now. And then, man, let's talk about this next game, right? Another limited run game. This is Castlevania Advance Collection, right? So all of the Castlevania games that came out on the Game Boy Advance, man, you now have all of them on one disc, right? Which is really, 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 really cool. So yeah, definitely happy to have this one as well. Shout out to Limited Run. And then the last game, I'm not gonna waste any time, it's the Lunar Remastered Collection for the PS4. If you've been watching my shorts, you know that I got both, so I had to show it in this video once again. But yeah, awesome. So those are all of the PS4 games that I picked up. Okay, everyone, so this last stack of games here is all PlayStation 5. I've been wanting to beef up my PS5 collection, and man, was I able to do it more recently this year. So yeah, let's get started, right? So, first game, Balatro. You already know, right? So yeah, this is the PS5 version. Awesome. Next one is one PS5 game that came out early on in like the PS5's life cycle, and that is Kena Bridge of Spirits. I've always wanted this game, but was never able to get a really good deal on it and like a really nice clean copy, and was finally able to find one at GameStop. So yeah, happy to have this in the collection now too. Then we have these next three games are in like a series. So we have Resident Evil 2, right? This is the remake for PS5. Resident Evil 3, the remake for the PS5. And then Resident Evil 7 remake for the PS5. Look, man, if you are just as much of a Resident Evil fan than me, you were always looking for those games and, you know, different platforms to play them on. So I had to get the PS5 versions of all those remakes. Awesome. Well, except for 7. 7's not a remake, but 2 and 3 are. But yeah. Next up is Jedi Survivor. I have the first Jedi game. So yeah, definitely had to get this one as well, and looking forward to playing it. Okay, so this next game is called Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. A lot of people compare this to like the Jet Set Radio games that was on like the Sega Dreamcast, and then they had a Jet Set Radio Future, which is the Xbox port, if you will, or like a semi-sequel. But yeah, you know, we got another game in the style of that called Bomb Rush Cyberfunk, which is really cool. Man, just look at the art style. Just very flashy and, as they say, groovy. So look at that, really, really cool. Happy to have this in the collection. All right, then we got Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Ooh, a Ubisoft game. Ooh, a lot of controversy there, right? But yeah, I'm happy to have this. I saw the gameplay. It intrigued me a lot. That's really what this all boiled down to, man. I don't care about the reviews or whether people liked or disliked it. I just thought the gameplay looked cool enough for me to buy and be able to experience on my own. So at some point, I'm definitely gonna dive into this for sure. Then, next game is Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. Man, this is another game that I've been wanting to get for the longest. You can't find this game on GameStop's website. It's like out of stock. Same thing with Best Buy. And I think at one point, Best Buy had this game available for $10. And I missed that opportunity. It went out of stock completely. Luckily, I was able to get this off of Amazon. And yeah, it is complete and everything. I opened it up because the disc was loose, unfortunately. But yeah, definitely happy to dive into this one. And of course, this is a From Software game. So, I mean, you know the combat is going to be sick if you haven't checked this out yet. Looking forward to diving into Armored Core 6. Okay, everyone, so this next game right here is actually a PS5 exclusive. It was originally released digitally on Game Pass as well as, you know, from the PSN store. And shortly after its release, it was announced there was going to be a physical version specifically and exclusively for the PS5. So I told myself, okay, look, just wait. Just wait. Don't download the digital version. Just wait. So that's what I did. And pre-orders opened up on PlayAsia as well as Video Games Plus. I believe I got mine off of Video Games Plus just because it shipped much faster than PlayAsia. And that game is Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. Yes, look at that. How clean is that? Man, I am super excited to dive into this game. I did watch a couple of live streams. One of those live streams being Gak Cognac. Shout out to him. He actually platinum this game completely, and I thought it was really cool. But yeah, I mean, anytime there's like a Ninja Gaiden game or a Dead or Alive game, I'm gonna always be picking those up, right? And yeah, I'm definitely happy to own this in the collection now. All right, next game is Split Fiction. Man, what can I say about this game? I know it's gonna be great, that's all. I know it's gonna be great. I haven't played it. I know it's gonna be great. My wife and I were actually in the middle of It Takes Two, so hopefully we can beat that this month. And then we're gonna dive straight into Split Fiction and just enjoy that together. So yeah, looking forward to playing this really cool couch co-op game. Yeah, shout out to Hazelight Studios. All right, another game, man, this is a game that also caused some controversy, but hey, it is what it is. I really don't care. Dragon Age, the Veilguard. The combat looked interesting to me as well as the story. So I'm looking forward to diving into this one, man. I really don't care about people's opinions about this game. I heard that the gameplay is awesome. From what I saw, even in the trailers, the gameplay looked really cool, and that was enough for me to go ahead and try it out. So I'm looking forward to playing this one, and I don't care about opinions at all because I'm gonna enjoy this game. Next up, Final Fantasy 16. Finally able to get a copy of this. Looking forward to playing it. Next game is Visions of Mana. Yes, the JRPGs continue. Yeah, so awesome. You know, I saw the steelbook for this game. Man, I wish I would have known about the steelbook during the original release of this game, because the steelbook looks amazing, right? Just complete gold, like the Switch Lite I showed earlier. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't have the steelbook, but at least I'll be able to play the game. So happy about that. What we got here? Oh yes. From Limited Run, Castlevania Dominus Collection. Look at that. Really cool cover for the PS5, right? So I got it for the Switch, had to get it for the PS5. You already know what it is. Next game, Suikoden 1 and 2. Got it for the Switch, got to get it for the PS5. There's a pattern, right? Ooh, this one right here. Man, game of the year for a lot of people. That is Metaphor Refantasio. Awesome, man. I can't wait to dive into this. I love the Persona games. They're amazing. Have I played all of them? Absolutely no. But from the footage and gameplay, other videos that I've seen about people sharing, you know, their love for the Persona series as well as the Shin Megami Tensei series, this is a no-brainer. It's Atlas. Come on, y'all. You got to support Atlas. So definitely looking forward to playing this one as well. All right, we got 2 more games here. This next one is Clarobscure Expedition 33. If you've been watching the channel, looking at my shorts, you know I was able to secure a copy of this. And for those of you out there who do want a physical copy, once again, I hope that it gets restocked somewhere, whether that's through GameStop or even through Best Buy or Amazon. I guess we'll see, but I'm happy to own it. Man, just this game has been getting so much praise, and I'm actually happy that it is getting so much praise because it's a smaller studio, right, that has developed this, right? Sandfall Interactive, that's the name of the studio. They're a much smaller studio, and the fact that they were working on this behind the scenes and just released it and it's getting so much praise is amazing. Dude, when it comes to, you know, turn-based RPGs, it's just something about the simplicity that resonates with a lot of people, right? You don't have to have these like crazy, you know, real-time action-based, you know, role-playing games, right? Like that mix like gameplay from like Devil May Cry, or if you look at like Star Ocean, right? Star Ocean could be one of those games, right? Or even Final Fantasy 16 or Kingdom Hearts. There's so many examples of like action-based role-playing games when at times just having a simple turn-based battle system with a unique combat system just does wonders, right, for any you know, role-playing game fans. So definitely happy to dive into this one for sure. And the last PS5 game, or it's actually second to last. I thought I only had 2 games left, but this is actually the second to last one. This is Trails Through Daybreak 2. Man, shout out to NIS America for blessing us with these limited editions. If it's, you know, Trails, I've been buying all of the Legend, I guess the Legend of Heroes games through NIS America, making sure that I get the limited edition. So yeah, we have the second game for Trails Through Daybreak, and I believe the third game is actually on pre-order as we speak for NIS America, so I got to get that as well too. But yeah, happy to have this in the collection. And then now the final, right? The final PS5 game that I got is actually another gift from my amazing wife, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab it real quick. If you see the thumbnail, it may have given it away, but here it is. That's it. Assassin's Creed Shadows, man. This is the collector's edition. Really, really cool. And man, the figurine in this collector's edition is really cool. I actually posted a picture of it up so that you can see what it looks like. But yeah, I mean, there's been a ton of like unboxing videos, and I thought to myself, I'm not gonna unbox it on camera. You all have probably seen everything that this thing comes with, but I just wanted to just show it off because it's a really cool collector's piece that actually comes with a physical game. Can you believe it? There's no download code whatsoever. You know, it comes with the base game. It even has a steelbook, right? So that's already a plus, you know, especially with the way that collector's editions are turning out these days, where, you know, where you don't even get like an actual physical game. They'll just give you a download code. You may get a steelbook, you may not, but this one includes both, which I think is awesome. And yeah, you know, as an Assassin's Creed fan, I'm definitely looking forward to diving into this one as well. So yeah, shout out to my wife for hooking me up with this amazing gift as well. So yeah, those are all of my modern video game pickups. Okay, everyone, thank you all so much for tuning into today's video, where I shared with you all of my most recent modern video game pickups, which is really, really cool. I hope that, you know, you saw something to your liking. Let me know in the comments down below. Have you picked up any of these games? Are you planning on picking up any of these games to add to your collection? I'm definitely interested to know for sure. So listen, if this is your first time watching the channel, I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And best believe I got some more great content that is on the way. So do not sleep at all, because yeah, the content is definitely coming for sure. I definitely appreciate you all watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, definitely do so. Change your bell notifications to all notifications. That way you can be aware of when I do drop a new video, whether that's a new short or a new long form video. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, I'm out.